Well, welcome. I am Joyce Fasanello Armfield, and I'm so excited that you're watching this video. That means that somebody thinks you are pretty awesome and that you would be absolutely wonderful in Mary Kay. Well, what I want to say is that one of the things that I love about this business is that we actually get to pick the people we work with. And I will tell you personally, what I look for is a woman of integrity, a woman who her word is her bond. She does what she says she will do. I also look for someone with a good heart, someone who cares about people. She's others focused. I also look for someone who has a good work ethic. I also look for someone who has a teachable spirit, that she'll follow the Mary Kay business plan and she won't try to reinvent the wheel. Not that we can't be creative, we certainly can be very creative, but I will tell you, someone who just follows what Mary Kay put in place. I always say I think she knows something about this business. But I also look for a woman with a dream in her heart, that she wants something more for herself, for her family, for those that she loves. Mary Kay said her definition of being wealthy was having more than enough to meet your needs so that you can help meet other people's needs. And that's where the joy comes in. Really, the joy is when we give, that's the heart of God, is to give. So that's what Mary Kay to me is all about. I also love the fact that our core principles are, we put God first, we put family second, we put career third. Mary Kay said in that order, everything works, and out of that order, nothing works. And that's really the truth, so it's just pretty amazing. We also live and work by the golden rule, treating people like we want to be treated. And it's just wonderful. I mean, everything about Mary Kay, it's a sisterhood. We all come together, we share. You have a support system that to me is on steroids. I've never seen anything like it, because it is wonderful. Everybody wants to help each other. It's not like a big me and a little you. We're all in this thing together. I say there's nobody lonely at the top, because we all hold hands and go up the ladder together. And that's what we love. Part of the fun is that we pour into other people and we watch them become successful. So it's not just about ourselves becoming successful. So just a little bit about me. I started my business in March of 1991, and prior to Mary Kay, I was a health insurance agent. I was actually doing quite well in that industry and was not looking for a career change. And however, I had a friend who called me and she said, "Oh, Joyce," she said, "I'm so excited. I just joined Mary Kay, and I would love to have you on my team." And I thought, I can't believe she's asked me to sell lipstick. I knew nothing about Mary Kay, honestly. And I just said, "Oh no, thank you, Sheila. That's not for me," because I used to wash my face with a washcloth in the shower, and I'd put on blush, lipstick, and mascara, and I was out the door, and I just thought I looked cute, Well, back in 1991, And so what had happened, and I knew this was the Lord's doing, a few months later, I was without a job. My company changed hands, and there were very severe integrity issues, and we were all very unhappy. So one by one, we all left that company. And then I just couldn't find anything I liked doing. I was sad, because I said, I'm not going to go to work every day at something I don't enjoy. I want to feel like I'm doing something that has meaning and I'm helping people. I wanted something, that I could feel I was enjoying, but also, giving back to my community. So what had happened was I got to the place where I got so picky. Now I couldn't even find a job, and I was willing to take almost everything, because I was running out of money, self-supporting. My 2 credit cards were maxed out. My money was running out. My bills weren't paid. And so I thought, oh my goodness, let me just find out about this Mary Kay thing. So I called my friend back and I said, "Sheila, is it possible to make a little bit of money until I find a job?" And she said, "Well, I'm working about 10 hours a week and making $300 clear." I said, "What?" Now, back in 1991, that was a lot of money, right? And she was getting a $700 bonus that month for team building, and I'll explain that in a moment. And she was on target for her free car. Now, this was only a couple months later. So I was really impressed, and I said, "Oh my goodness, Sheila," I said, "you're working 40 hours a month and you're making $1,900 a month and getting a free car?" She said, "That's exactly what I'm telling you." And of course, the inflection was, if you would have just sat still long enough, I would have told you, but you were so quick to say, "That's not for me." So I always say thank you, and we appreciate that you're listening with an open heart, because you just never know. Even if it's not for you, I'm sure you could think of somebody that would benefit from this amazing opportunity. So I said to her, my classic statement, I said, "So you're working 40 hours a month you're making $1,900 a month and you're getting a free car. And she said, yes. I said, so if I work 40 hours a week, can I make $1,900 a week and get a free car? And she said, I don't know. She was still so new. So she actually made an appointment. We sat down with her director, who became my director, and 20 minutes later, I was a beauty consultant, knowing absolutely nothing about the cosmetic industry. But I will tell you, it sounded so amazing when I heard the marketing plan that you're going to hear in a moment. I said to her, I said, this sounds too good to be true. And you know what they say, that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And my director agreed with me. She says, absolutely, it sounds too good to be true. She said, but let me give you a quote from Mary Kay Ash, our founder. She said, if you want good people, you must pay them well. Do you agree with that? Isn't that true? I know I've had lots of jobs where I felt like I was giving my best, maybe working harder than other people, not leaving early, not taking long lunch breaks, not on the phone when I'm supposed to be working, doing my best. And I was limited to what I could earn because that's what the job paid. So when we get hired for something, we get paid what the job pays. But in Mary Kay, we get paid what we are worth. So if you decide to really put something into it, you can make more money than you ever dreamed and touch lives in the process, because our mission statement is enriching the lives of women. And we do that in so many ways, so many ways. So anyway, I was excited about what I heard, and I was going to pray about it. I said, this sounds so great. I said, I'm going to take this home and I'll get back to you. And instantly I heard the Lord say, this is it. This is what you've been praying about. And I'll be honest, I was stunned. I thought, really? Cosmetics? I know nothing about it. And so I looked at my friend. I said, where's the paperwork I'm going to sign? Because that was back in the dark ages. We didn't have the computers back then. And she looked at me like I had two heads. And I said, Sheila, I said, I just heard very clearly from the Lord that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, that this is what I prayed about. So I'll be honest with you, I'm scared. I know nothing about makeup and cosmetics. I said, but I know this, if he's calling me, he will equip me. And so I looked at my director, and so many of my consultants have heard me say this many, many times. I just looked her in the eye and I said, whatever you tell me to do, I will do, because I have no idea about anything. And I wanted what she had. I'll be honest, she was making a 6-figure income. I saw her checks. The pink Cadillac was in the driveway. And I said, I'm going to do this. I want it. I want it all. So I made a decision right then and there. I said, if this is true, and I believed it was, I said, I'm going to stop looking for a job. And I'm just going to do this. Now, what I want to say is 80% of the women who join Mary Kay have a full-time job. Some of them are going to school, raising small children, and have very, very, very busy lives. Very busy lives. So what I love about Mary Kay is we have no quotas. So you could do it very part-time, like as a hobby level, or a little bit more. You could do it full-time. You could do whatever you want to do. And I love it because we treat everyone the same, not according to how much they produce, but just because they're a beautiful person and God has put them in our path, and we give everybody the mentoring that they deserve, so they can start their business and they make a choice of how they want to work, and we just work alongside of you according to the pace that you set. Now, many times that changes. Many times somebody comes in, I want to do a little bit, then all of a sudden they lose their job or something happens or whatever, and they say, you know what, I'm ready to get going. I have someone very recently that happened. She just wanted to just get her products at a discount when she started, and all of a sudden she sent me an email and said, I am ready, and now she's full force. So that can change at any time, and that's what's wonderful. So what happened with my story is I got going, and immediately I replaced my full-time job as a health insurance agent, but I wasn't working 40 plus hours. I was working only about 15 hours a week, 12 to 15 hours a week, doing 3 to 5 parties, as we call them, skincare parties, teaching women how to use this product, and that's so much fun. And I replaced my income, and I began living on Mary Kay 100%. I had no other income. And then I began building a team. When I saw how much fun it was, it became something I loved doing, because the first person that was on my team, her name is Maria, and she was so excited, having so much fun, looking cuter and having fun, and her husband was so proud of her, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is fun. I mean, I felt like I had a piece in changing her life and giving her more confidence. And I said, I want to do more of that. So as I built a team, it was inevitable. I earned the use of my very first Mary Kay car. And when we say free in Mary Kay, they pay the tax, the title, and the tags. We pay nothing. We just go and we sign in 1 or 2 places and we pick up a brand new car. It's not hours in the dealership when you actually buy a car, you know. And so I bought 1 car in my life, and that was a long, long time ago, because I've been in Mary Kay 1991, and I haven't purchased any cars. I've earned 14 free cars, and so I haven't made any car payments, and they pay 85% of my insurance. And my married daughter was on the policy for many years, but in 2016, I was blessed to marry a wonderful, godly man, and now he's on the policy, and he has the confidence to drive a pink Cadillac. I told him, honey, it's fun, because everybody's going to be waving and all excited. When somebody does that, you know they're a beauty consultant saying to their husband, honey, look, there's a pink Cadillac. It is so much fun. So much fun. So, you know, I drive this beautiful $50,000 vehicle. I get free car washes and oil changes and get treated like a queen every time I go to Cadillac. It's just so much fun. And every 2 years, I get a brand new car. So I never worry about an old car breaking down. In 27 and a half years, I have replaced 2 tires that cost me about $32, you know, put a little plug. Just amazing. So that's a huge savings. What if you didn't have to make any car payments or insurance payments? Pretty amazing, right? So then I got working in the business. I earned my first car, and my mom was facing Alzheimer's. She had osteoporosis, and we were hiring people to come in and out, but we knew there was a point where we were going to need someone full-time. So we did hire someone full-time, a very godly woman that my mother actually loved, and my sister and I took turns going to the home. So one day I go to see my mom, and she's crying, and I go, Mom, what's wrong? And she said, I don't want her, I want you. And I said, me? Mom, I said, I'm not a nurse. I don't know how to do what she does. But when I prayed about it and talked to my siblings, there's 4 of us, I felt like I could do nothing else but go in and take care of my mother, and I learned how to take care of her, do everything for her. And I was with my mother 24/7. Sometimes people are caring for someone, but they're able to leave and go to a job. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that way, because she had osteoporosis so badly, the doctor said her bones were like spaghetti. And if she fell, she would definitely break a bone. So I had to always be with her. And take care of her. So I was happy to do that. I really was. I said it was a challenging time, but it was also a blessing. I had special times with my mother that were amazing. And so she came everywhere with me. She came to my meetings. If I was a queen and put on a tiara, they put a tiara on my mom. She was in all those pictures with a big smile. She loved Mary Kay because she loved people. Everywhere she went, she had to hug and kiss everybody. You know, I'm Italian, so my mother, you know, it's like just grab everybody, because she loved people, and she loved the party. So this was wonderful. She loved being in Mary Kay. I said, what woman in her 80s is out the door all the time? Then when it was getting a little more difficult, then I stopped going out to the parties and invited the women into my mom's home. And just doing facials around my mother's dining room table, I earned my second free car, became a sales director, and earned my very first pink Cadillac. Taking full-time care of my mom. And I said that was the Lord's doing. It was just a blessing. And then when she passed at 85 and a half, I moved here. I live in Brandon, Florida, because my beautiful children live here, and my grandchildren were only 2 and 5 when I moved here. They're now 22 and 25. And I will tell you, I've never missed one thing those kids have done. Soccer games, ballet, you know, recitals, and drum corps, and you name it. I was at everything, you know, and that was the blessing. That was what I loved, is I have the freedom and the flexibility to do that. So I say all the time, I'm living the life I used to dream about, and I give all the glory to God. So that is my story. Now I'm going to tell you how this happens. How in the world do you make the kind of money you make in Mary Kay? How does this business work? My highest check in 1 month is $12,733, not including sales, not including 12 diamond rings and iPads and trips and vacations that Mary Kay paid for. I've gone on several cruises they paid for, my whole family, and we had the best of the best. We had rooms that were huge. They gave us 3 great big rooms. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. And I'm real. I love it. But just the best of the best. We say Mary Kay style. So how does that happen? And now I answer my own question when I ask my girlfriend if I could make $1,900 a week, and that's, make that and more. And all glory to God. So this is how it happens. It starts, first of all, with an investment in what we call a starter kit. A starter kit is valued at about $500. It contains about $350 in retail products, which you're going to squeeze into the trays for all the ladies to try. You get all of your supplies, your mirrors and your trays and your date book and profile cards, so you know what product is best for your customers. You get sales slips, and you get a DVD on, with training on how to do your presentation. You get a flip chart that you get to read. You don't even have to memorize anything. I read my flip chart for 3 months when I was a brand new consultant, and I said to my director, I feel badly. I'm reading all the time. I don't want to think I don't know anything. She said, no, just tell them you don't want their faces to fall off. So I would tell them, they go, read the flip chart. So you get a flip chart. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to know anything. Just read it. All the information is there. You get a beautiful designer bag to carry everything in. You get samples. You get books. Every single thing you need. $500 starter kit, and guess what? It's a $100 investment plus tax and shipping. Amazing. That's all you need. That's the only requirement. Now, inventory is optional, but I highly recommend it. I started with a full store. I actually took a loan from my mother because we have a 90% buyback, and I knew that I wasn't going to ever have to worry about it. If I fell on my face and didn't make it or did nothing with my business, I could return the products to the company and get my money back. So Mary Kay put that in safety net in there so that we don't have to worry about that. But that's an option. So you start with the starter kit. You're going to get training. You get training galore in Mary Kay. Nobody could ever say they didn't get trained in Mary Kay unless they just didn't show up. You'll get face-to-face training. You'll get training on video. You'll get training on the Mary Kay's website. You'll get training in the mail. I mean, you will be so equipped, because I like to say motivation without education equals frustration, and we don't want anyone to be frustrated. We want you to know exactly what your next step is. We will take you step by step so that you can be successful in your business at whatever level you're comfortable. And here is what's so exciting. You are entitled to the highest discount in the direct selling industry, which is 50%. So every time you sell something, you are doubling your money. So you purchase your products for only $1 and you sell them for $2. Does that make sense? Not literally. In other words, if you purchase $500, you sell it for $1,000, you made $500 profit. That's 100% profit. 50% discount, but it's 100% profit. And what's so fun is, I get to have those products for myself, because I say, it takes a couple $100 a month just to keep me cute, So, and that's fun. I use it for gifts, for weddings, for birthdays, for Mother's Day, for Christmas. The first year in Mary Kay, I gave everybody Mary Kay for Christmas. And then the second year, I thought, oh, well, I did that last year. And they're going, oh, I didn't get Mary Kay this year. So now there's certain people, that's all they ever want. So I shop from my own shelf. So I save half, the money. So that's such a blessing. The other big thing about this that I absolutely love and appreciate is it's a consumable product. Mary Kay said if you're going to sell something, it just makes sense to sell something that is going to wash down the drain, right? So, we get excited when we offer our products to our customers and they take the skincare home. We know they're washing their face at night, and, in a few weeks or a month or 2 months, they're going to call us and say, I'm out of my cleanser, I'm out of my foundation, I'm out of my moisturizer, whatever. I have customers that I have had in excess of 20 years. I have one customer that from the very, very beginning that orders like clockwork every single month from me. And her name is Dina Green. I'm going to let her watch this video. But she averages between $75 and $150 in sales, purchases every single month. Every month, all those years. So you multiply that now times your hundreds of customers. Now you don't start out with hundreds. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is build your business one face at a time, or 5 faces at a time, which Mary Kay said at a skincare class. But what I love is when we learn how to give good customer service, so that our customers are going to stick with us. So when they're out of their cleanser, they don't say, oh my gosh, I got to go on the website and find a beauty consultant. No, they already have one. and it's you see? So residual income is huge. We say we make money while we sleep. I think that's in the Bible. Pretty sure it is. And you know, that'll happen. I'll wake up and I'll see I have orders on my website. And I go, oh my gosh, you know, and sometimes $200 and $300 in a day. I could almost pay my bills with my residual income, which is my reorders and outside orders and guest checkouts that we have on our website. It's amazing. It's a consumable product, and it's an amazing product that does what it says it will do. Mary Kay always taught us to undersell and over deliver, and we do. And we do. We never exaggerate. We tell the truth, and when they're even happier than they thought they would be, they're thrilled, you know? So there's no buyer's remorse. Okay, so then the next level of income is team building. And that's when we share this opportunity with other women, such as yourself. You're considering something like this, and that's why I'm sure you're watching this video. And we earn money based on the wholesale purchases of the people on our team. But what I love is that income comes from the corporate office, not from the pocket of our new team member. That's what a multi-level does in many cases. However, our company actually pays us 76 cents on the dollar in commissions and prizes and cars and insurance and trips and all kinds of things. And they run the company on 24%. And I'm sure you know of companies that pay out about 24% and run the company on 76%. They are so efficient. And I want you to know it is still a family-owned company. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. We are almost 4 million strong around the world, 39 nations of the world, enriching lives of women around the world, and yet we are still family-owned. That speaks volumes to me, and I'm going to tell you why. When Mary Kay passed away, she was worth well over $1 billion herself personally. Still lived frugally, still cut her little coupons, you know. She was a poor little girl, and she taught us to be smart about taking care of our families and doing things for the Lord. However, she left all kinds of money to her family. None of them has to work. None of them. But they do it anyway because they want to carry on her legacy, because they believe so much in what she was doing, and they didn't want to put her company in the hands of somebody maybe who wouldn't care so much. But they care, and I love that they care. They're all very, very wealthy, and yet they work so hard to continue what she started. So I respect that so much, you know. Okay, so then with team building, when you have even the very first person on your team, you earn a 4% commission check that's paid from the company on her wholesale purchase. So you might make $50 that month, or you might make $500. It depends on what she's doing, okay? But she's getting the same 50% you get, so she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. Okay, now when you have 3 people on your team that are selling the product and ordering from the company, we call that active. You become a red jacket or a star recruiter, and you actually get to wear this beautiful red jacket. There's all different styles. You can pick one out, and you actually order it from the company. It's a company uniform. You get to wear it, and that's mid-management. So in addition to earning your 4% commission, now you can start getting team building bonuses of $50 per person that is a qualified team member, okay? She made a small investment in her business. Then when you have 5 people on your team, instead of 4% commission, now you get 9% commission. And if you place a qualified order each month because you're selling the product and you have 5 people order that month, you make a 13% check. So from 1 person to 5 people, you're tripling your income. And those 13% checks, they get pretty significant. My highest 13% check in 1 month was $2,200 as a consultant. I was a consultant. So now I'm making $2,200 a month team building, and I'm getting money from my parties, and now I'm getting that residual income. I'm really starting to make some pretty good money. It's getting really exciting. So now I decide I want to be a sales director, okay? So if you make that decision, when you become a sales director, that means that you have changed the lives of 24 women, and you're one of them. So let's say you go into the qualification to become a sales director with 8 people, because we have that program going on right now, all in with 8. You have 1 to 4 months really to get that number to 2,400, and with the required production, you become a sales director. Now you could do it sooner. I have someone right now that's sitting right in front of me that is doing it in 2 months, because that is a desire of her heart and she feels that's what God's called her to do. So she's in DIQ, Director in Qualifications, but we say do it quickly, right? Okay. So when you become a sales director, now you have other people that you're going to be pouring in. Now, so you were being mentored, now you become a mentor. But we always have a mentor in Mary Kay, no matter how far up the ladder, you always have someone that you can reach up and get answers from. So it's exciting. When you become a sales director, you triple to quadruple your income instantly. The commission is, I say, ridiculous for what we do, because Mary Kay put a high premium on her sales directors because she said we are running her company. In other words, we're taking care of her consultants, and that's what we do. Now we become the trainers, okay? And we become the ones that inspire and motivate and support and encourage and pray for you. That's a sales director. Now, it doesn't stop at sales director. And I forgot to mention, at 5 people as a team leader, you can also go on target for your car. Let me not forget that. The first level of car is a beautiful silver Chevy Cruze. Then when you become a director, you can get into a Ford Fusion or an Equinox, or you can go to the pink Cadillac, depending on your level of production in your unit. So now, as a sales director, what you want to do is give your job away. That's what Mary Kay says. So we offspring directors out of our unit. In other words, if you decide you want to be a director and then you're raising people up to be leaders and they become directors, you get paid between 4 and 6% on their entire unit. So it gets very interesting. When you build that to 20 offspring directors, you can become a national sales director. And I will just tell you, those are the Mary Kay millionaires. So I would say the top consultants in this company make $25,000 to $50,000 a year. The top directors in this company make $25,000 to $50,000 in a month, and the top nationals in this company make $25,000 to $50,000 in a week. That's true. Those are statistics. So you can do whatever you want to do. You could do a little bit, or you could do a lot. You can take time off. You can do whatever. I mean, you don't have a boss, you're the boss. Mary Kay said the night before you go to bed, you write down your 6 most important things to do, because you're the boss, and this is what the employee is going to come into work and do. When you wake up in the morning, you're the employee, and you look at the list and you just do it. So Mary Kay simplified everything. She was cute as could be. She loved the Lord. She was a woman we could follow, a woman of integrity, a woman that loved people, and wanted to give women an opportunity that was without limit. Without limit means without limit. Let me blow your mind for a second. Barbara Sundin is a national sales director who has retired, and we call her an emeritus. Mary Kay is the only direct selling company with retirement for their top leaders. So Barbara, just like the rest of us, started with a starter kit, and she went to work. And we said, what is in your starter kit? Is it your dreams come true? Is it college education for all your children? Is it your dream house, your dream home, traveling the world? What is it? Barbara took it seriously and treated it like a career, not a hobby. And she became a national sales director, a millionaire. The last 7 years that she worked before she retired, she earned in commissions $1 million a year. Her highest check in 1 month was over $200,000. When she retired at the age of 65, she had earned over $16 million in her career. She is now earning $53,000 a month in her retirement until she's 80. That's another $9 million. That's a $25 million career. Pretty amazing. So that's what's possible. I say if one person can do it, and I want to add this, Barbara found the Lord in Mary Kay. And I'll never forget, she came back from China because the nationals will visit other nations and train the nationals in those areas. And she was so impressed. She said, the women in China, she said, are going back to church in droves because they want to know Mary Kay's God. Because they said Mary Kay changed their life. So there's so many other things I can tell you, but that's basically our marketing plan. That's my story, but I represent almost 4 million stories around the world of lives that have been changed in Mary Kay. And I am just so blessed that I've been able to change many, many lives through this business. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I pray that you will make a decision that is right for you. Please contact the beauty consultant that asked you to watch this video so that she can give you your best next step. So God bless you, and thank you again for your time.